your mindset, and so on. So your life can finally catch up. So today we're going to be talking about, let's see, last week we went over a couple of takeaways, what you guys were leaving behind, and surrendering to the physical mind so the higher intelligence can go into fruition. So this week we're going to be talking about everyone and everything. We all live on a different universe, even when we're on the same planet, right? So a lot of times that's not because of luck and it's not because of circumstances, but it's because of our self concept, our frequency, state of conscious, and internal authority. So two people can be standing side by side and experience completely two different realities, right? And a lot of times we don't think about that. So sometimes even when we wonder what's wrong with this person or whatever, they're living a different reality than what you're probably experiencing. So a lot of times reality is the effect and it's not the cause. So this is the biggest truth most people miss. So what you see, money, relationships, and outcomes is the result of our beliefs, our emotional patterns, our nervous systems, and in the states that our nervous systems be in, and our self-image. And trying to change that on the outside without changing it on the inside is the same repeating cycle. So same cause, same effect, different action, same mindset, same result. So you can't change the outside without, doing the inner work. Most people only see the effects, and that keeps most of us stuck. People think I need a new strategy. I need to try harder. I need to go harder. I need different people around me. I need better timing. But the inner causes, it stays the same. The outer results, they'll stay the same too, right? Because that's not where it started. It has to start in the inner part of us. So this is why people change jobs but still struggle. I used to work at nursing homes for the first at least 15 years of my working life, and I would watch people. I didn't understand the verbiage or the language, but I knew something was different, like how I thought, because I'll watch people and they will be like, I'm going to get this job, I'm going to get that job, and they will go get the next job, and they still, maybe 6 months down the line, they'll start looking for a new job. And I start realizing it's the same job everywhere you go. So you're in the same specific field and you go to another nursing home, after 6 months of it, it's still the same expectation, right? I used to see people just do job switching all the time and still not be happy. And I would be thinking to myself, I thought, you should be happy now. So they'll change jobs but still struggle or complain. They change partners but repeat the same patterns. They change businesses but cap the same income. So that's why that happens. The real block is survival mode. Survival mode equals low receiving capacity. When your nervous system feels unsafe, you overreact, you overthink, you rush, you panic, and you self sabotage, right? Money, clarity, and opportunity do not flow to panic. It flows to our regulation, how we regulate it. So calm is not always laziness if you've already put in the work, but you also have to calm your nervous system down. Calm sometimes is leadership, letting it flow to you. So our subconscious doesn't know time. So if you keep replaying the same scenes, the same arguments, the same rejection about when you were 5, when a little girl or a little boy rejected you, when your mom or dad said no, when you got hollered at, the subconscious doesn't know the time. And sometimes we keep playing scenes over and over. A financial scares, a lot of times it's 2026 now and people still talk about 2020. It's been now 6 years ago. So the financial scares, a past failure, your body believes it is happening now. You can tell a story and get emotionally charged just if someone disagree with you from 6 years ago. Because your body believes it's happening now. Even though the story might be faded out a little bit or whatever, it still feels something. So reality keeps reflecting it back. That's why obsessing keeps things really alive. Relieving the past recreates the present. Sometimes you just got to get calm and let it go. Emotional reaction reinforces our reality. Emotion is the language of our subconscious. So when we rage, when we panic, when we obsess, when we self-criticize, you're telling your subconscious, this matters so much to me. This matters. Keep it. This is how people get stuck in loops. I want you to drop a fire in the chat if you ever got stuck in a loop, because boy, drop a fire in there for me, because I know I have. Because in my nap taking, I be trying to let it go and not get stuck. Our internal authority is external authority. So most people believe the outside world more than themselves. They wait for proof. They wait for permission. they wait for evidence, they wait for reassurance. And waiting for those things is just clearly saying, I don't trust myself. So the reality will keep responding to the conviction and not the hope. If reality can shake you, it controls you. If it can't, it'll start rearranging itself because it'll realize you stand at the door of your mind and now you're, going into the new self as we talked about in previous mindset calls. Sometimes the old self wants to see if you really, believe that what you are who you say you are. And the universe, the spirit, whatever it is that you believe in will send tests just to see if you'll pass it. So if you set a boundary, believe me, when you start setting boundaries, the universe will send tests to see if that's really true. You got to pass the test. And if you don't, you got to wait till the next time and say, boy, that was my test. So setting boundaries doesn't mean that life is going to get better. As soon as you set the boundary, the test will appear. So when we have vague desires, as we talked about last week, it creates vague results. I want more money. That's really unclear instructions. I want more money. I can just give you a penny, right? The subconscious, it needs specificity, emotion, certainty. Precision is power. So you may say, I'm going to make $1,000 or $5,000 in this many days. But just saying more money is not clarity. And belief isn't enough. Knowing is required. Belief will still wobble. Knowing is calm, certainty, no begging, no chasing, no checking every hour. If you've done the work that you're supposed to do behind what is that you're supposed to do, faith without works is dead. But once the work is done, you have to let it flow to you. You cannot get anxious and you have to show up every day. Every day you don't show up, it does slow it down. But knowing is required. You can't come from repetition. Knowing comes from repetition and emotionally intensity. It's self-trust. I trust myself. Again, a lot of times when we look for validation or the okay, it's because we don't trust ourselves. And sometimes we have to do that in the beginning, but you have to learn to trust yourself and the God within. So our physical world, which is the 3D, which is the now, the current, is delayed. It's our delayed feedback. So everything that we have right now this morning, wherever you're at right now is 7:42. Where I'm at, it's everything that you've done up this far. It's every thoughts that you're thinking. So if you got a thought that is, not abundant, then you're probably experiencing it now, but you probably had the not so abundant thought 24 hours ago, 72 hours ago, and it has to show up now. So you have to reaffirm. And if you start today, then your tomorrow will look different. So our 3D is delayed feedback. What you see now is old programming. If you worship the 3D, you stay trapped in the past. If you worship the 3D, you stay trapped in the past. Your job is to hold the frequency, execute aligned action, and let reality catch up. That's your job. It's not your evidence. What you see today is yesterday's beliefs, like I said, last month's reactions, old emotional habits. Stop asking, why isn't it here yet? Start asking, who am I being while I wait? Are you being that person that you said that was going to have the extra $5,000? Or are you staying in the past? It's a really simple job. You have to do two things. Hold the frequency. That means identity, calm, and certainty, and execute. Execute your aligned action daily. Reality will handle the rest. So the homework, what I want you guys to do, whether you're on a lunch break or just have some time or the end of the night, I want you to write the pattern you keep repeating. Ask, what belief is sustaining this? Do I not feel enough? Do I believe I'm just supposed to have this? Are these things just, coming back to hold me back and keep me all flipped up? I just want to give y'all transparency. From me, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, for 2 weeks, I lived in a repeating cycle with the same story every day. And something had to wake up and I had to say, hold on, I'm putting too much energy towards this. I haven't created new stuff. So every day it was a new story about the same job that happened maybe December 28th. And this was just work related, but it kept replaying over and over and over. And I was stuck in a cycle. The one of the days I just had to put my phone down, turn it off, and create something new. It will sneak up on you and you will realize you've wasted so much energy when you could have been creating a new reality. It already happened. We got to say, what is this alarming to me? What am I supposed to change? What am I supposed to learn from this? So decide the opposite belief. Pick one calm, aligned action for tomorrow. And like I said before bed, tell yourself, I trust myself. I am safe to receive this.